Hey guys, this is Chain77 back with Pool E for Brawl for All Round 3. First off, we got Tailwind Eagle with Salamence, Heligo, Necrozma, Primarina, Ferrothorn, Savali, Hitmontop, and a nice Mega Camel up. So, got all the cores completed, but yeah, this team I don't see doing too well. Personally, because his fastest mon is Nihilego, and Nihilego is fairly one-dimensional. I think Salamence and Necrozma are both really good. Savali is a nice sort of pivot, nice sort of glue to the team. Primarina is not too bad. Hitmontop is pretty bad. Especially in 8 mons. I mean, it's okay in 11 mons, but yeah, in 8 mons it's not too good. I think he got it just for spin and intimidate, but yeah, this team, not a big fan of this team. Moving on to Venusaur, we got Megalopony, Tapu Fini, Heatran, Celebi, Zygarde 10%, Gliscor, Alola Muck, and Galvantula. So nice mix of speed. Got some fast things, and an Alola Muck to cap it out. But yeah, this team's not too bad. Got a nice Megalopony, Zygarde 10% to sort of clean things up, but not a lot of breaking power that I see. So some nice defensive synergy. With Alola Muck, Gliscor, Tapu Fini, and Heatran. Celebi as well. There's a nice wall. And then webs to sort of, just because it's there. I think I can really see this team getting worn down. Sort of something like a strong ice type can wear down the two things that have recovery in Celebi and Gliscor, and then Tapu Fini, Heatran, Alola Muck, you know, despite being fairly solid walls, can get worn down, and especially with Tapu Fini's Misty Terrain, you know, they're not able to rest as freely. But solid team, so hopefully he can do alright. If he runs his teams very offensively, then yeah, I could see quite a lot of potential. Next we got Pi with Manaphy, Mega Venusaur, Weavile, Rotom Heat, Togekiss, Gothitelle, King Keldor, and Diggsby. So very nice priority with Weavile, Conk, and Diggsby. Not the greatest of hazards, just Diggsby, and then removal as well as confined to Togekiss. But other than that, I mean, he has Weavile and then slow stuff, so I guess his opponents can definitely take advantage of that. A few solid Scarfers and then sort of Manaphy to set up sweep. Yeah, fairly dangerous squad, but probably not the most threatening in my opinion. Next we got Joao with Megaladios, Buzzwole, Arzu, Nidoking, Xurkitree, Bronzong, Shaman, and Tentacruel. So we got Megaladios, a nice broken Megaladios at the top there. And then, yeah, I mean, Buzzwole, Arzu, Xurkitree, or Buzzwole and Xurkitree fairly one-dimensional, sort of run Scarf, or in Xurkitree's case, I can run Tailglow. Scarf is, although it's pure set, I guess. And then Z-moves, I guess, can help it. Buzzwole can be run, I guess, physically defensive to check, you know, certain ground types like Zygarde, like Garchomp, I guess. But Garchomp gets Fire Blast, so maybe not. Nidoking, Bronzong to provide hazards, Tentacruel as well as decent removal. Arzu's there and Shaman is there to help sort of glue the team together. Arzu can brings the priority to the team and a nice dragon immunity. And then Shaman is there as another nice ground check. Next we got Andrew, and he has Thunder Eye, Mamoswine, Hydreigon, Gengar, Fortress, Darmanitan, Gardevoir, and Mega Blastoise. So, nice sort of really offensive first 4 mons. Yeah, I will be struggling to find cores that can stop all 4. Very, very powerful. Maybe something with Assault Vest, and then something to check Mamoswine, possibly. Maybe like, I don't know, AV Among Us? AV Bro? I don't know. It's you're gonna find a hard time checking all these 4 monsters. Fortress to set up rocks and spin, and then Darmanitan, another thing to add offense. In Gardevoir to be I guess a fairy. Dragon check, and nice Mega Blastoise to add secondary spinning potential. Not a lot of hazards again, and this team really would appreciate hazards, I think, because some nice cleaning, nice lot of good scarfers here. So yeah. I mean, Mamoswine carries rocks and says Fortress, but you don't want to be bringing Fortress too much, in my opinion. Next we got Mayo. He's got Tapu Koko, Latios, Infernape, Hippowdon, Slowbro, Mandibuzz, Pinsir, and Blissey. So, nice sort of 4 offensive mons and then 3 really fat mons. So it's like 4 mons above 100, and then 80, and then just 3 really slow and fat things. So yeah, so really big, a lot of really big spreads, but basically allows his opponents to run Adamant. Anything under Mega Pinsir speed is just going to be running Adamant or Modest. So that could be interesting to deal with the like of his that his walls have to deal with, but we'll see how it plays around it. Solid rocks options, and then okay defogging options, Latias and Mandibuzz. Do the job alright. Tapu Koko, nice and speedy, gets off some nice fast volt switches. Mega Pinsir and Infernape's definitely going to be pressuring those grass types, which allows Hippowdon and Slowbro just to wall more effectively. Interesting squad. Dark types might prove to be a little bit problematic if Infernape goes down early, but I'm sure he's well aware of that, and we'll play around that accordingly. Next we got Woodland Apple with Mew, Zygarde 50%, Tapu Bulu, Entei, Mega Sizzle, Volcanion, Jolteon, and Hawlucha. So, I couldn't quite get the Mega Sizzle Heatran core, but he did get 2 fire, 3 fire resists to help out Mega Sizzle. Mew to start off with, nice Munium Z opportunity there. Tapu Bulu to break, Volcanion breaks, Entei breaks, Zygarde sort of can break, set up sweep I guess, and Mega Sizzle breaks. So a lot of big breakers on his team, not a lot of, I think, while Zygarde 50% and Mew can possibly have the chance to set up sweep Hawlucha, I guess, with its unburdened ability. Jolteon's just pretty quick, so I don't see this team being run defensively too often. I can just see a lot of straight out offense, which I think is probably the best way to go. I mean, Mega Sizzle and Zygarde can definitely take hits. Mew as well can take a hit and then set up and then just shumps things back. So that's pretty, can be pretty threatening. Mew as well with the agility Tom passed into one of his just slower mons, but really hits really powerful mons, like Tapu Bulu. Like a bandit, if he gets like an agility passed into Tapu Bulu, a bandit Woodhammer is definitely going to be hurting a lot of things. Next we got the previous champion, I believe, for Brawl 4 Round 2, Dilwall. It's got Celesteela, Garchomp, Tango, Volcarona, Gyarados, Mega Guard, Skunk Tank, and Mimikyu. So Skunk Tank looks like it's there because he realized he didn't have a dark type, and so you need to pick one up, because that is definitely essential on any draft. But Mega Guard round 6, that's really nice. Mimikyu is a nice little round 8 pick, but yeah, Celesteela, Garchomp, very solid to start with. Very solid monster to build around. Volcarona is definitely a beast. Definitely something that opponents have to prep for, but his lack of hazard removal, well, lack of being confined to Skunk Tank, Dark type, which can defog, I guess is why he picked this. I guess Mandibuzz would have been a nice pick, probably after Volcarona instead of Gyarados. But yeah, this team, I guess, is not built to help Volcarona too much. Yeah, because of its lack of hazard removal, but I'm sure Dilwall is good enough, and I'm sure Dilwall can make it work. But yeah, Mega Guard, Garchomp breaking stuff should definitely be a lot of fun for him. Next we got iPro, and just Jirachi, Clefable, Zapdos, Toxapex, Mega Heracross, Crocodile, Decidueye, and Haxorus. So another one of these teams that is super slow, capping out at 100, and just got a lot of fat stuff to start with, and then a lot of physical breakers at the end. So Mega Heracross, Crocodile, Haxorus, all sort of physical breakers. Decidueye, I guess to defog and just as a ground resist, because he saw that, you know, up until this point, Zygarde 50% just ruined him. So I think he picked up Decidueye for that. But yeah, I just see, you know, a lot of fat at the top. But you know, his fat can be run as sort of sneaky offense as well. Jirachi, Zapdos can definitely run offensive if he so chooses to leave Toxapex on the bench, and then he can run sort of a surprise sort of hyper offense team. But you know, with his speed, just not having enough of it, he might find it difficult. So that will probably be matchup dependent. But yeah, this is very much iPro's MO, sort of fat stall. Next we got Chime. He's got Latias, Taunty, Sylveon, Starmie, Tracheon, Chansey, Chandelure, and Mega Aggron. So, fairly solid Dragon Fairy Steel Core. Mega Aggron is interesting in this format. I've not seen it used to its full potential in 8 mons. Just because I feel 8 mons is more offensively orientated, and yeah, Mega Aggron definitely struggles with offensive teams due to its lack of recovery. But you know, if I'm sure Chime can work around that, hopefully. Blissey is just terrible. Why is this here? Tracheon, break stuff. Latios, break stuff. Taunty can hopefully clean up. Nice regenerator ability. Solid rocking options, and solid removal options as well. Next we got Hyper. with a nice juicy Mega Beedrill round 1 pick, and then Milotic, Dragonite, Gabalion, Roserade, Donphan, Blaziken, and Cresselia. So a nice mishmash of mishmash of Pokemons, I guess. Not the greatest of hazard removal options for the likes of Mega Beedrill, Dragonite, and Blaziken. Yeah, Donphan's going to be really pressured to spin almost every game. Roserade is really nice in this format, I feel. It's probably one of the underrated mons in draft because it's just so versatile. And then Milotic's definitely a nice wall. Milotic and Cresselia is definitely going to produce a lot of toxic fodder, which could potentially lead to free switches into the likes of like Roserade, Mega Beedrill, or Gabalion, so it's pretty nice there. Next we got Gliscorium with nice sand to start with, Excadrill, Tita, then Raikou, Mega Glade, Among Us, Porygon 2, Slowking, and Salazzle. So really fast team. Well, it's an okay fast team. It's fast enough. Raikou, Mega Glade, Salazzle, and then Excadrill and Sand definitely provides the speed. Then we got Regen Core plus Porygon 2, and then Tita to support Excadrill. So fairly nicely built team. Yeah, Slowking, Among Us definitely checks covers each other's weaknesses really nicely. Probably a little weak to something like Mega Scizor, and I think that's why Salazzle is there, just to help break the like offensive bug types and steel types as well.
I appreciate the sentiment.
Something like Bronzong,
I'm afraid
to
nothing more than
which
a joke.
Excadrill can't really touch. Levitating psychic types, levitating steel types rather. Salazzle can definitely help Excadrill in that regard. Next we got Isolate with Scolipede, Mega Medicham, Arcanine, Empoleon, Dhelmise, Goodra, Magnezone, and Granbull. So yeah, Scolipede Speed Pass into Mega Medicham, definitely a tactic that I'm sure Ice will be wanting to exploit. And just a lot of support mons, it seems, to his I guess offense at the start. Intimidate on Arcanine to help with like physical offense, and then Empoleon for especially defensive. Dhelmise can sort of cover both. Goodra can, is very specially defensive. Granbull for Intimidate, so it just seems like a lot of support for his original 2 mons. A couple of removers, just 1 Stealth Rocker, and then Scolipede, so probably a little light on hazards. It'd be interesting to see how he goes with this team. Flying Spam, or something like Staraptor could definitely put in a lot of work against this team, so flying plus fighting puts in a ton of work, potentially. Next we got Spectral Panda with Victini, Lando T, Florges, Mega Manectric, Scizor, Mantine, and Como and Cloyster. So nice double water, dual water types, but not too many electric weaknesses outside of these 2, and 1 immunity, 1 resist, so it's not too bad. Grass types, he has them nicely covered as well, so I guess these 2 double waters doesn't hinder him too much, but both water types being weak to rocks is not helpful, and then both are also your hazard removal options, plus Scizor, I guess, so not too sure about the thinking behind that one. Also Lando T as your only Stealth Rocker, or I guess Cloyster packs the Toxic Spikes and Spikes as well, to help out in that regard. Another, Speed is probably a bit on the light side here as well, so just Manetric above the 100, then dropping down to Victinium and Como or Orlando. Not too sure about Como-O's, I know it's somewhere in the 90s, I think. But yeah, Lando T really good in this format, so hopefully he can exploit Z-Lando to bring him a few victories. Next we got Owen, and he has Thundersteria, Mega Diancie, Keldios, Superior, Klefki, Alola Marowak, Exelf, and Crobat. So this team is really quick. A lot of things above 100, and then Klefki and Alola Marowak, I guess his hazard setters, main hazard setters. Klefki provides really nice support to the rest of his team, stacking spikes for his very offensive team, and then Alola Marowak is there as a fire type to help out against Mega Scizor, which his team kind of struggles against otherwise. But yeah, his hazards, I guess, well, he's got Mega Diancie, Azelf, Alola, so he's got 4 of them, not too bad. Crobat as his only removal, which could be problematic, but Mega Diancie can bounce them back if he wants to take that risk. But not too many things weak to hazards, just WT and Crobat and Alola Marowak. But yeah, I think Alola Marowak will definitely be used sparingly. I think his other 7 ones are much more useful and will have much better matchups when the time comes. I like his team though. I like how offensive it is. And lastly, for this pool we got Scizor, and he has Mega Altaria, Skarmory, Rotom Wash, Nidoqueen, Greninja, Reuniclus, Kartana, and Emboar. So another one of those Mega Altaria plus Flying Steel type. Yeah, really effective in walling just everything. And then Rotom Wash thrown in there. So yeah, very nice walls to build around. And then to help support that, he's got Nidoqueen to set up hazards, Greninja to set up hazards, Reuniclus to be fat and annoying, Kartana to sort of sweep at the end, and Emboar to break. So nice team, very solid team. Nice mix of speeds as well, covering well. What's he got? Greninja, Kartana, and then Rotom Wash, I guess. So bit of a drop between Kartana and Rotom Wash, which opponents could take advantage of. Yeah, Katana's fire weakness is probably, yeah, his team is not fire weak at all, so opponents will definitely have to prep for Kartana with like a random HP fire, but HP fire is not really that effective against this team. Pretty much everything else resists fire, so apart from Storm, so that's really nice. And then Mega Altaria can really put in a lot of work, I can see. Yeah, having those hazards thrown up there, and then Altaria will be able to set up sweep with like a DD version possibly, or DD variant. Yeah, Altaria definitely a real beast in this format. So yep, hope you guys enjoyed that one, and catch you guys for the next pool.